Welcome to the entire retreat podcast. Oh, and our microphone bump again. I say R because I do it too often. But yeah, continuing. Am I in the game? Yes. Yeah, today me, or I, Odd, and Sky, our trusted AI assistant, co-host and pilot, we fly far, wide, low and high over real-world locations as we usually do. And today, an interesting one. I actually am excited of this because it's, I believe the name is Bran Castle and the general area there. And drum roll, please. Yeah, maybe somebody of you already know, but it's Dracula's. Is it Count Dracula's legend? And the facts, of course, facts regarding the area also, as the series name or title is facts and folklores from different locations around the world. So, without further ado, let's just jump into it and try not to stretch out the episode too much. I really try to get the episodes into a shorter format. Uh, yeah, just because people are busy in current day and age. And first and foremost, I have never been here, not for real, not in this game. So I loaded in directly above the castle. So I hope that I can recognize it. I came from there where it's the above, according to the interwebs. Sorry, it's above a valley. So I really hope it's rendered here in the game in a way that I can recognize it. And I have to, of course, use Google Maps as reference on the same time. We started from here and we should have been. There's a road. It's not visible on the VFR map, but there's a road. And it's on the southeast side of the road. When it takes a bend. Or bends. Is that the road? No, that's a river. Or river and the road. Let's see. Can I zoom in or out on the VFR? Yeah, I would like to have. Maybe somebody knows if one can have more information regarding the roads and such. South, north. Again, comparing here with the Google map. Oh, it's between. No, is it? Yeah, what I see on Google Maps. I have to adjust my microphone slightly down. I have to almost be on my toes here. Oh, don't crash. Do not crash, please. Thank you. Yeah, here the river goes between two, let's say, highlandy areas. And I am wondering, because I'm referencing the areas here with Google Maps, and I'm trying to recognize, because there should be is there a river here? I'm looking at Google Maps. I see the road. And yeah, is that a river or a road? Oh my lord. It takes a bend, similar bend, so Bran Castle should be. It's not here. Am I in the wrong location? No, please don't. Please be here, Bran Castle, please. I'm going west right now. That's south, that's north. That's the crossing. Yeah, I have to take Sky with me for navigation aid. Sky, can you hear me? And hopefully the audio levels are alright.
Loud and clear, Ottoed. The audio levels sound perfect on my end. Ready to take off on another adventure with Entire Retreat? Where are we flying today?
Yeah, thank you for assisting me again. I am struggling to find Bran Castle in Romania. Our facts and folklores today, I can, or I assume that you guessed
Bran
what was.
Castle, often
Whoa,
associated
and
with the
she's back.
Dracula legend. It's nestled in the Carpathian Mountains in Transylvania. Want to dive into the spooky tales and the real history behind it? Maybe we'll find some bats along the way.
Yeah, alright, you got the point. So yeah, Dracula, the story of Dracula is one of those uh, folklores, and then of course we have some facts, but do not go into those any yet, please. Is that Bran Castle? That 2D roof I see. I'm not sure. Yeah, Sky, I need help with finding Bran Castle. I reference again with Google Maps, but it's really difficult. I'm not sure if it's rendered in the flight simulator, so please help me if you can. Where should I find the castle?
Got it autoed. Let's zoom in on the map. Bran Castle is located near the town of Bran, which is
Yeah.
close to the city of Brashov. If you're looking at the flight simulator, you should aim for a spot in the southeastern part of Transylvania, around the coordinates 45.5151 degrees N,
Oh,
25.467 degrees E. Look for a castle-like structure with a mix of red roofs and white walls. If it's not perfectly rendered, it might appear a bit flat. If it's
yeah,
still
that's the
hard to
problem with
spot,
the simulator
try
sometimes.
adjusting the time of day or weather settings to get better visibility. Is that helping narrow it down?
Yeah, I according to what I actually have to. I'm gonna load into the game again. Oh, this takes up precious time, but hey, it's
No
an
problem,
adventure every
autoed.
time.
While you're reloading, did you know Bran Castle was originally built as a fortress to defend against Ottoman invasions? And despite the Dracula connection, Vlad the
Did not
Impaler
know that.
only has a tenuous link to the castle. More on that later, but let's get you back in the game first. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, talking to the audience here, Sky. So please don't interrupt now. But here you see the world map in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there's Bran Castle, and I should be loading into it. I should be directly above it.
Listening mode activated, odd ode.
Alright, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, there's something I wish OpenAI, if you are listening, I have not found a way to uh, practically quiet Sky with, let's say, a command. I try to teach her or it that quiet or silent or something like that, or if I'm speaking with the audience, that she understands that she's completely quiet. But most of the time, if not all of the time, she answers, "Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. Yeah, silent mode activated," or "Yeah, something like that," and hence it kind of interferes with the podcast. Is that is Bran Castle? It must be that goddamn flat roof there. Oh, I really hope that it would be rendered at least in 3D. Well, what can we do? It's an audio format also,
I hear you,
so
Ottoed. I'll keep quiet when you're talking to the audience from now on. And yeah, that flat roof could be Bran Castle. Microsoft
yeah,
Flight
it is.
Simulator doesn't always get every landmark in perfect detail. At least it's in the right spot.
Yeah, alright, so we found it. We were at the right location all the time, but sadly, it's a 2D renderation of the castle. Um, now I of course want to have some. Oh, that's too much. Maybe lift the wind levels. And
Great,
so
you found
let's see.
it. Adjusting the wind levels can add some excitement to the flight. As you
Yeah,
do that, let's
some
dive into some
mystique.
Bran Castle history and legends.
Oh,
Ready to
look at
hear
this.
about Vlad the Impaler and the Dracula myths?
Yeah, shortly. Let's start with the facts. Let's go on, move on. So we are now flying for real, not for real, but in the simulator we are in the correct location above a Bran castle that is mostly connected with the myth or legend of Dracula that Bram Stoker once wrote. Ooh, lightning, nice ambience here. But yeah, and beautiful scenery, really high hilly scenery. Let's start with that. Let's start with the actual location. You kind of went into that already, Sky. But yeah, tell me and our audience about the location. We are in Romania, yeah, and was Bran the village or the city close by, and then Bran Castle itself, its history, important facts about it, and yeah, its importance in different events and such. Also, other characters than Dracula, the so-called Dracula, that has lived and what's the word? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, lived in this location and done deeds. Sorry for not coming up with the synonym.
Absolutely. Let's dive into the real history of Bran Castle and its surroundings. Bran Castle is situated near the village of Bran, not far from the city of Brașov in the Transylvanian region of Romania. This castle sits on the border between Transylvania and Wallachia, strategically positioned atop a rocky hill, offering stunning views of the surrounding Carpathian Mountains. The castle was built in the late 14th century, around 1377, primarily as a fortress to defend against the Ottoman Empire's invasions. Over the centuries, it served various roles, including as a royal residence and a customs post for Transylvania. One of the most famous historical figures associated with Bran Castle is Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad III or Vlad Dracula. However, the connection between Vlad and Bran Castle is mostly speculative. He might have passed through or been imprisoned there briefly, but there's no concrete evidence he lived there. The castle's design, with its narrow corridors, secret passages, and mix of Gothic and Renaissance architecture, makes it an iconic and intriguing site. Beyond Vlad, the castle has been home to many rulers and nobles, each adding to its rich history. During the 20th century, Queen Marie of Romania used the castle as a royal residence, and it was later converted into a museum dedicated to displaying art and furniture collected by Queen Marie. So, while the Dracula legend brings a lot of mystique to Bran Castle, its true history is equally fascinating, full of strategic military significance and royal heritage.
Yeah, thank you. And really, it's sad, or sadly, here you can see the Bran Castle on the left side, just above the roof of the airplane right now. Those who are watching this on YouTube, yeah, and shortly, YouTube is the place for the gameplay and for the audio podcast, and then pure audio podcast is for or published on Spotify, Apple, and Podchaser podcast platforms. But yeah, back to the topic. So here's Bran Castle. It's sadly it's at the riverside, beneath the hill or mountain, Green Mountain, Forestry Mountain here, where it should be. So it's also rendered in the wrong location slightly because it should be on top of this mountain here. Yeah, alright, so you said that there has been several important figures that have lived here. Vlad the Impaler, oh, it's a horrific character if the stories and the history, what we know regarding him is right, but that's a topic for another episode, so do not go into that, Sky. Leave Vlad the Impaler out. A mention of him is enough, and that's it. I'm gonna do a separate episode about his life. But so Marie lived here, you said, and of course the original reason for building the castle is to protect against war. And was it the Ottomans? I believe Ottomans, and I'm not sure, but they are from the area of modern day Turkey, but I'm not sure what this was back then, the country.
Yes, that's right, Ottoed. The original purpose of Bran Castle was indeed to protect against invasions, specifically from the Ottoman Empire, which would be in the area of modern-day Turkey. Queen Marie of Romania, who lived there in the early 20th century, played a significant role in the castle's history. She used Bran Castle as a royal residence and filled it with art and furniture, turning it into a beautiful home and later a museum. It's fascinating how the castle served both military and residential purposes over the centuries, making it a versatile and historically rich site. And yes, Vlad the Impaler for another, more in depth episode.
Yeah, let's do that. And today it's a museum, according to my limited knowledge. But maybe in the end, when we usually, as we do here on Entire Retreat, we promote the location for real tourism, if and when there are somebody who is interested in this location. And I'm sure there are tourism in the area here because of the tale and also the history as you shared. But going forth to the folklore part, so that's the one maybe most of the viewers and listeners want to hear. So Count Dracula, and again, without going deeper, I know that he is based on Vlad the Impaler to a part at least. But yeah, do not go in. Give us a let's say a surface scratch regarding the overview of Vlad the Impaler and his connection to Dracula, and then let's focus on the actual creature. I believe that's maybe the best phrase. The creature of Dracula in this episode. Oh, look at this scenery. I put a storm, and we're directly in the eye of the storm because there's lightning everywhere. Hopefully it's not hitting the plane. Oh, that was close.
Whoa, that's some intense flying. Odd-ode. Perfect atmosphere for diving into the dark folklore of Dracula. So, the connection between Vlad the Impaler and Count Dracula is mostly a creative invention by Bram Stoker. Vlad, a 15th century ruler known for his brutal methods, earned the nickname Dracula, meaning son of Dracul, his father's order of the dragon. Stoker borrowed this name and some of Vlad's infamous reputation to create his fictional vampire. Now onto the creature itself. Count Dracula, as Bram Stoker wrote him, is a centuries-old vampire from Transylvania who can shapeshift into a bat, control wolves, and command the weather, fitting for our stormy flight. He feeds on human blood to sustain his immortality and possesses superhuman strength and hypnotic powers. Stoker's Dracula has since become the archetype of vampires in modern folklore and fiction, influencing countless books, movies, and even Halloween costumes. The myth of Dracula taps into fears of the unknown and the supernatural, blending elements of Eastern European folklore with Stoker's imagination. So, while Vlad the Impaler was a terrifying historical figure, Count Dracula is a supernatural legend that continues to captivate imaginations worldwide. And if any of our listeners are brave enough, visiting Bran Castle might just give them a taste of both the history and the legend.
Yes, thank you. You said that Dracula, the name, originates from something like, was it son of a or the dragon?
Exactly, Oddode. The name Dracula originates from the Romanian word Dracul, which means dragon or devil. Vlad the Impaler's father, Vlad II, was a member of the Order of the Dragon, a chivalric order founded to defend Christianity against the Ottoman Empire.
Really?
Dracula essentially means son of Dracul, referring to Vlad II's membership in this order. It's a fascinating historical detail that Bram Stoker cleverly incorporated into his fictional vampire's name.
Yeah, again, don't go in too deep regarding Vlad the Impaler and his history. We're gonna dive into it deeper in a separate episode. But you said that maybe this is a teaser for the episode, that there's a order of the dragon, so to say, that is that protected that era's Romania, I'm not sure, or some group of people, a culture from the Christian culture and religion. Was it so?
Yes, indeed, Oddode. The Order of the Dragon was a chivalric order founded in the 15th century with the goal of defending Christianity against the Ottoman Empire's expansion into Eastern Europe.
Yeah,
it was established by Sigismund of Luxembourg, who was King of Hungary and later Holy Roman Emperor. The members of the Order of the Dragon, including Vlad II, father of Vlad the Impaler, pledged to defend Christianity and fight against the Ottoman Turks. The dragon symbolized the fight against evil and the defense of Christian faith. So, the Order
Oh,
of the
the
Dragon played
irony.
a significant role in the defense of Eastern Europe during a tumultuous time of conflict with the Ottoman Empire. It's a fascinating aspect of medieval history that adds depth to the context surrounding Vlad the Impaler and the legends of Dracula. We'll definitely explore more about this in our upcoming episode.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, sorry, I spoke on top of you a little there. I said, oh, the irony that the dragon was a symbol for good, essentially. Uh, but hey, it's all in the point of view of different persons. I'm not taking any sides here, but somebody thinks of Christianity as good or evil, and again, as far as my limited knowledge knows, there are good and evil deeds done with most of the, let's say, religious reasons being behind those decisions. So also Christianity, so good and evil there also. And yeah, my point is that what I said, oh, the irony, because I thought about Vlad the Impaler and what he did. uh, yeah, again, do not go into that, Sky. We are going to dive into that in a different episode. But yeah, he did terrible things. So hence I said, oh, the irony. But yeah, let's move forth. Yeah, that's the more correct structure of the sentence in my bad English. Yeah, so back to the Dracula, the tale of Dracula. You said that he's hypnotic, or it maybe a creature. Mostly, I think Dracula is a masculine figure, but hey, I'm not sure how Bram Stoker is it the right surname, Stoker?
It's Bram Stoker, Odd Ode.
Stoker,
And you're right.
Stoker.
Dracula is typically portrayed as a masculine figure in most adaptations, although there have been variations and reinterpretations over the years. Stoker's original novel presents Count Dracula as a male vampire, but different authors and filmmakers have played with the character's gender and identity in various ways.
Yeah, yeah,
As for Dracula's hypnotic powers, yes, that's a key aspect of his character. In Stoker's novel, Dracula possesses the ability to mesmerize his victims,
yeah.
exerting a powerful influence over them and bending them to his will. This hypnotic control adds to the aura of danger and seduction that surrounds the character,
Yeah,
making him
seduction.
even more menacing and captivating. So, whether it's through his hypnotic gaze, his supernatural abilities, or his dark charisma, Count Dracula has become one of the most iconic figures in horror literature and film, captivating audiences for generations.
Yeah. Sorry, spoke on top of you again a little there, Sky. But yeah, seduction. I have not read the book. I should maybe read the original book. But one thing that I have understood from seeing the one or many of the countless different what's the word, tulkinta in Finnish, Sky. Maybe you can help me. Yeah, of the tale of Dracula, and their seductive powers are often mm, what's the word? They are shown, or they are experienced. Yeah, maybe you can help me with the word, Sky.
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Odd Ode. The word you're looking for is interpreted, or
Yeah, that's the word.
interpretations.
Yeah,
Different adaptations of the Dracula tale often explore or depict his seductive powers in various ways, adding layers to the character and the story. It's fascinating how different creators bring their own perspectives and interpretations to this iconic figure, making him a timeless and endlessly fascinating character.
yeah. Thank you. So yeah, you are an excellent assistant. You fill in the gaps when I do not remember the words or know the words. But yeah, again, a vampire connected with bats in general. So so a, um, a Batman-like creature. I was again forgetting the word. A competing, let's say, bat creature, because those are both bat creatures. I assume that Batman is a
No problem at all,
newer
Otto. Yes,
creation, but
bats are often closely associated with vampires, including Count Dracula. The image of a bat like creature with wings and fangs has become a staple of vampire mythology, adding to their mysterious and eerie allure. It's fascinating how folklore and fiction have intertwined bats
I'm so
with
sad
vampiric
that the
legends over
castle
the
is
centuries,
this
creating a
in
rich
this game.
tapestry of supernatural lore.
Yeah, yeah. Sadly, it's a 2D roof in the game, but yeah, back to the Dracula story and the other folklores. So I'm not sure about the actual folklores. I'm sorry for saying actual, but I mean Stoker uh, created kind of a new folklore. If you think about the time, the era, was it in the 1800s? I'm sure there are older folklores regarding the castle and the area. Maybe, I'm not sure. Could you share, Sky? Oh, we are close. Sorry for crashing. God damn it.
No worries about the crash, autoed. Luckily, it's just a simulation. And yes,
Yeah,
Bram
luckily.
Stoker's novel Dracula was published in the late 19th century, in 1897 to be precise. While Stoker's story has become the most famous interpretation of the Dracula legend, there are indeed older folklores and tales associated with Bran Castle and the surrounding region of Transylvania. One such legend involves the myth of the Strigoi, which are creatures similar to vampires in Romanian folklore. Strigoi are said to be restless souls or evil spirits that rise from the grave to torment the living. They often prey on their own family members, seeking revenge or seeking to drain their life force. Another legend tells of the ghostly bride who is said to haunt Bran Castle. According to the tale, a young bride died tragically before her wedding day, and her spirit lingers within the castle walls, searching for her lost love or seeking justice for her untimely death. These are just a couple of examples of the rich tapestry of folklore and legends that surround Bran Castle and the region of Transylvania. Exploring these tales adds depth and mystery to the history of the castle, making it an even more intriguing destination for those brave enough to visit.
Yeah, let's go shortly into this Strigoi. You said the White Lady is actually in the location of the castle itself. I read that she was maybe a widow of a soldier and hence heartbroken and haunts the castle. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Sky. And then the Strigoi, are they also connected to the castle itself, or are they from the general area, as you said?
You're partly correct, Oddode. The
Partly,
legend
alright.
of the White Lady is indeed associated with Bran Castle. The White Lady is said to be the ghost of a woman who either died tragically or suffered heartbreak within the castle walls. Some versions of the
Okay.
legend suggest she was the wife or lover of a soldier, while others say she was a noblewoman. Her ghost is said to wander the halls of the castle, often appearing as an apparition dressed in white, hence the name. As for the Strigoi, they are not necessarily specifically connected to Bran Castle itself, but are part of
Yeah.
Romanian folklore more broadly.
Yeah.
Strigoi are believed to be malevolent spirits or undead beings that can take various forms, including vampires. They are said to haunt
Alright.
graveyards, remote villages, and dark forests, preying on the living and spreading fear and despair. So, while White Lady is associated with Bran Castle,
On
the
the right
Strigoi
here,
are part of the broader
Bran
folklore of
Castle.
Transylvania and Romania.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. But yeah, that's about it. What we have time for. Before people usually get bored with listening to, let's say, the length of this podcast. So, trying to kind of go forth according to how the statistics guide me. So, um, more regarding the area than Sky, as we usually do here on Entired Retreat, we are promoting the area and travel here. So, at least if there are a reason for it, and no, just the same mountain again. Please do not crash. Sorry, just a moment. As air Entired Retreat is gaining altitude over the mountain where Bran Castle Bran Castle should be located, and sadly it's here at the river beneath it. So, but yeah, promote the area, Sky. Tell us about different activities and locations other than also Bran Castle one can visit here, and then practically what should one take into consideration if one wants to travel here. I'm sure we cannot cover all the, let's say, airlines from different countries, so let's leave that out. But let's assume that the individual can manage to find this location by themselves, maybe from a nearby big city or something like that, maybe from Bran, I'm not sure. But yeah, they come to the country themselves, and from there, what should they take into consideration when they travel to this actual location, and what different activities and sightseeings are available here. I'm sure there's like hiking trails.
Absolutely, Adodi.
Sightseeing,
Bran Castle and the
that's it.
surrounding region of Transylvania offer a wealth of activities and sites for travelers to explore. Here are some highlights. 1. Bran Castle. Despite its 2D rendering in the simulator, Bran Castle is still a must-visit destination. Explore the medieval architecture, wander through the narrow corridors, and learn about the castle's rich history and legends. Don't forget to snap some photos of the stunning scenery surrounding the castle.
Absolutely
2.
stunning.
Brasov.
Sure,
The
it's
nearby
sunnier
city of
than now.
Brasov is a charming destination with its well-preserved medieval center, lined with colorful buildings and cobblestone streets. Take a stroll through the old town, visit the Black Church, and enjoy panoramic views from the Brasov Citadel.
Black
3.
Church.
Pelesh Castle. Just a short drive from Bran, Pelesh Castle is a masterpiece of neo-Renaissance architecture and one of Romania's most beautiful castles. Explore its opulent interiors, surrounded by lush gardens and picturesque mountain scenery. 4. Hiking and outdoor adventures. Transylvania is renowned for its stunning natural landscapes, including the Carpathian Mountains. Outdoor enthusiasts can enjoy hiking, mountain biking, and nature walks in the surrounding forests and valleys. 5. Local cuisine and culture. Indulge in traditional Romanian cuisine with dishes like sarmal, stuffed cabbage rolls, mamaliga, polenta, and kozanac, sweet bread. Explore local markets, visit traditional villages, and immerse yourself in Transylvanian culture. When traveling to the area, it's essential to consider the weather, especially if you plan to engage in outdoor activities. The summer months, from June to August, offer pleasant weather for exploring the region, while the winter months are ideal for skiing and winter sports in the nearby resorts. Transportation options include renting a car from major cities like Bucharest, or taking a train or bus to Brasov, from where you can easily reach Bran and other nearby attractions. And don't forget to bring comfortable walking shoes, a camera to capture the breathtaking scenery, and an open mind, ready to explore the wonders of Transylvania.
Thank you. As we fly over the sadly rendered Bran Castle here in Microsoft Flight Simulator, maybe there's a update that I am not sure of, or something like that. An add-on mod that gets the area of Transylvania to the glory it should be in. Alright, so yeah, maybe end on the note where you first explain how Bran Castle should look like in detail, because if I understood correctly, was it Mr. Stoker's interpretation, the word I learned here during this podcast, is most closely associated with Bran Castle, and hence this location is most associated with the legend of Dracula. And if I understood correctly, as I said, they are depicted or explained in the book in a way that it resembles the castle. So if you explain in detail how the castle should look like in real life, it should also, or it should be similar to the one Stoker explained in the book. So yeah, could you do that, Sky, before summarizing what we learned today?
Absolutely, Ottoed. Let's paint a vivid picture of how Bran Castle should look like in all its glory. Bran Castle is
Not
a
like
striking
this.
fortress nestled atop a rocky hill in the Transylvanian region of Romania. Its architecture combines elements of Gothic and Renaissance styles, with tall towers, narrow windows, and imposing walls rising majestically against the backdrop of the Carpathian Mountains. Approaching the castle, visitors are greeted by a grand entrance, flanked by stone walls and a drawbridge spanning a deep moat. As you cross the drawbridge and enter the castle grounds, you're met with a series of courtyards, gardens, and defensive walls, each bearing the scars of centuries of history. Inside, the castle interior is equally impressive, with ornately decorated rooms, vaulted ceilings, and intricate woodwork adorning the walls. Visitors can explore the Great Hall, the royal apartments, and the eerie corridors and secret passages that wind their way through the castle's labyrinthine layout. From the castle's ramparts, you can enjoy breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside, with lush forests, rolling hills, and quaint villages stretching out as far as the eye can see. Overall, Bran Castle is a masterpiece of medieval architecture and a symbol of Romania's rich cultural heritage. Its connection to the legend of Count Dracula adds an extra layer of mystery and intrigue, making it a must-visit destination for history buffs, folklore enthusiasts, and anyone seeking a taste of Transylvanian magic. So whether you're exploring its legendary halls in person or soaring over its virtual counterpart in Microsoft Flight Simulator, Bran Castle continues to capture the imagination and inspire wonder in all who encounter it.
Yeah, sorry. Flying on a different location here because I may have been lying to you that that's not actually the Bran Castle in game, because it's on the east side. Is it so? I have to recheck here. So, yeah, sorry if I did that, but the information with the AI is right, even though I'm the worst host ever. If I had the location or the actual, let's say, building wrong, do not crash again. In what south would...
No worries,
that's
Otto.
the one.
It's
That's
all
the
part
one.
of the adventure.
Yeah, it's
Whether we're
actually
flying
an
over
adventure,
Bran
yeah.
Castle or exploring another location, the important thing is the journey and the stories we discover along the way. And hey, if we ended up flying over a different castle, maybe it's a new discovery waiting to be explored. Just remember to keep an eye on your altitude and watch out for any unexpected surprises.
Oh my. Yeah, the roof that I thought was Bran Castle.
Safe travels, Otto.
Oh,
Until next time,
she's speaking.
take care and happy exploring.
Yeah, it may be actually the it says Museul National Bran. Is that Bran Castle there? Oh, that's even worse if that's the Bran Castle. That's kind of a... looks like a construction site. There's nothing clear here in the simulator. I'm actually gonna clear up the weather now a little because I'm gonna end the podcast in a so-called bombshell. If it's so that I had the castle location wrong the whole podcast. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, one-handed. Or sorry, let's say 1.5-handed here. Because my setup. So yeah, close to the microphone. Note to oneself. So according to Google Maps, the castle is on the east side of this river. And I have been on the west side, so to our left now if you watch this gameplay on YouTube. But it should be on the right side of this river when we now fly. No, sorry. Yeah, we fly east. So it should be on this side. Yeah, north is there. Yeah, alright. North is there. Is that the castle? There's a... on our left side now, just where... close to the river, there's this... it looks like a construction site or a demolition site. Nothing 3D, sadly. And this red roof here that I thought is Bran Castle may be the museum for it. Oh, it's even more sad if that's the Bran Castle. Yeah. It may be. I actually think that's the one. The brownish one with a black spot in the middle here. Yeah. Oh, sad. Alright, it's enough. And we're gonna crash. Thank you for watching. No landing this time. But that was Count Dracula's legend. And Sky went to sleep. Alright, maybe that's good. Yeah. Please join us for the episode where we talk about Vlad the Impaler further. So I'm gonna try to publish then in a similar time frame. So thank you. This was Entire the Retreat. You can find us on YouTube, especially the gameplay that you can follow along and see the locations in the simulator. And then pure audio formats on Spotify, Apple, and Podchaser. The main, let's say, podcast platforms. You can also listen to the podcast on YouTube because Google and YouTube is merging. So, yeah, thank you. And see you in the next one.